Did you know that there are things you do every day without realizing they're slowly damaging your erections? Things you think are normal or even healthy, but they're actually weakening your sexual performance month after month without you even noticing. A few days ago, a 56-year-old man came to me. He's athletic, eats well, and takes good care of himself. He sat down in front of me and said, "Doctor, I don't understand. I live a healthy lifestyle, but my erections have become weak and aren't like they used to be. What's the problem?" I asked him a few questions about his daily habits and discovered that he was unknowingly making 3 of the 10 mistakes I'm going to mention today. After we corrected these mistakes, he came back to me 6 weeks later and said, "Doctor, the difference is like night and day." If you're a man over 40 or 50 and you're starting to notice any changes in your erections, or even if you're a young man and want to protect yourself now, this video might be the most important video you watch this year, because what you don't know could be the exact problem. I'm Dr. Marwan, a urologist with over 15 years of experience in men's health. I've sat before thousands of men in my clinic, men of all ages and backgrounds, who came believing that erectile dysfunction was their fate or a natural part of aging with no solution. Time and again, I've seen how correcting simple habits can restore a man's strength, confidence, and life in ways he never imagined. What I'm going to share with you today isn't theories from books, but rather the essence of what I see daily in my clinic. Before we get into the list, I have one request. Hit the like button now and let me know in the comments which country you're watching from. I love connecting with men from all over the Arab world who take their health seriously. Liking this video helps it reach other men who need it. Let me be honest with you. An erection isn't just a sexual function. It's a direct indicator of your cardiovascular health, hormone levels, and even your mental well-being. When your erection weakens, your body is sending you a message saying, "Pay attention, something's wrong." The problem is that most men ignore this message, are embarrassed by it, or think it's just a sign of aging. The truth is, many cases of erectile dysfunction are caused by daily habits that can be changed. Today, I'm going to reveal 10 things that can ruin your erection, and some of them will surprise you. Number 7 in particular is a mistake that 9 out of 10 men make without realizing it. The first mistake: sitting for long periods without moving. This is the silent killer that no one notices. Medically speaking, when you sit for long periods, whether at a desk, in front of the TV, or in the car, the constant pressure on the perineum, the area between the scrotum and the anus, directly reduces blood flow to the penis. Imagine pressing down on a hose with your foot for hours. The water won't stop flowing completely, but it will be significantly reduced. This is exactly what happens to blood flow when you sit for extended periods. Furthermore, prolonged sitting slows blood circulation throughout the body and weakens the pelvic floor muscles, which play a crucial role in achieving and maintaining an erection. Emotionally, a man who spends his day sitting feels lethargic, sluggish, and low on energy, all of which negatively impacts his confidence and libido. Practically speaking, the solution is simple. Stand up and move around every 40 to 50 minutes, even if it's just a 5-minute walk. And if your job requires prolonged sitting, invest in a comfortable chair and use a cushion specifically designed to reduce pressure on the perineum. The second mistake: smoking, even shisha, once a week. Many people are aware of this mistake, but few take it seriously. Medically, nicotine causes direct constriction of blood vessels, including the tiny vessels that supply the penis. These vessels are much smaller than the blood vessels of the heart, meaning they are affected first and most quickly. Imagine very narrow pipes that have started to rust from the inside. Over time, the amount of water flowing through them decreases and decreases until they become blocked. Studies show that smokers are up to twice as likely to experience erectile dysfunction compared to non-smokers. Hookah smoking is no exception. One hookah session is equivalent to smoking dozens of cigarettes in terms of the amount of nicotine and carbon monoxide inhaled. Emotionally, a man who loses his erectile function due to smoking gradually begins to lose his self-confidence and may avoid intimacy for fear of embarrassment. Practically speaking, quitting smoking improves blood flow within a few weeks. Yes, weeks, not months. Blood vessels begin to recover as soon as you stop. If you find it difficult to quit, consult your doctor, as there are effective aids available. My patient, Abu Omar, 48, had been smoking a pack a day for 20 years and smoking shisha twice a week. He came to me complaining of erectile dysfunction and said, "Doctor, I'm still young. Why is this happening to me?" I told him frankly, "The answer is in your pocket." He quit smoking completely with the help of nicotine patches. After only 2 months, he came back to me and said, "Doctor, The difference is incredible. It's like the blood is flowing through my veins again. The third mistake, excessive consumption of sugars and processed foods. And number 3 is a hidden enemy that no one suspects. Biologically, excess sugar in the blood damages the inner lining of blood vessels over time. This damage reduces the production of nitric oxide, the essential chemical that dilates blood vessels and allows sufficient blood flow for an erection. Without enough nitric oxide, erections weaken even if desire is present. Think of it this way: sugar is like rust accumulating inside water pipes. From the outside, the pipes look fine, but inside, the channel narrows day by day. Processed foods are full of trans fats, excess sodium, and hidden sugars that accelerate this damage. Emotionally, when an erection weakens and a man can't find a clear reason, he starts to worry and stress, and this worry itself makes the problem worse, creating a vicious cycle. Practically speaking, drastically reduce added sugars. Stay away from sodas, processed juices, and everyday sweets. Replace them with fresh fruits and nuts. Read food labels because sugar hides in unexpected places such as tomato sauces, white bread, and flavored yogurt. The fourth mistake, sleep deprivation. This is a mistake men make daily, never connecting it to erections. Medically speaking, the body produces the largest share of testosterone, the primary hormone for libido and erections in men, during deep sleep. Studies show that sleeping less than 5 hours a night for just 1 week reduces testosterone levels by 10 to 15%. That's a significant amount. Think of sleep as the factory that produces the fuel for your masculinity. If you shut down the factory for half the time, production will inevitably decrease. Sleep deprivation also raises cortisol, the stress hormone, which works in direct opposition to testosterone. Emotionally, a sleep-deprived man is irritable, easily agitated, and has a low libido. Even if he desires intimacy, his body won't cooperate. Practically speaking, aim for 7 to 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep each night. Turn off screens an hour before bed. Make your room dark and cool, and try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. The fifth mistake, neglecting cardiovascular health. This connection is unknown to many men, yet it's incredibly important. Biologically, the penis relies entirely on blood flow for an erection. The arteries that supply the penis are only 1 to 2 millimeters in diameter, while the arteries of the heart are 3 to 4 millimeters. This means that any hardening or blockage of the blood vessels will manifest in the penis years before it manifests in the heart. In other words, erectile dysfunction can be an early warning sign of heart disease. Think of it as an early warning system. When it alerts you, don't ignore it. Emotionally, when a man learns this fact, some become fearful, while others are motivated to change. I want you to be the latter. Practically speaking, if you're experiencing erectile dysfunction, get a comprehensive checkup: blood pressure, cholesterol, and HbA1c. Don't just take Viagra and ignore the warning signs. The health of your erections is a reflection of the health of your heart. Abu Nasser, aged 62, came to me asking for medication for erectile dysfunction. Instead of writing him a prescription immediately, I ordered a full medical examination. We discovered that he had high cholesterol and early signs of arteriosclerosis. He later told me, "Doctor, if I hadn't come to you because of my erectile dysfunction, I wouldn't have known I had a heart problem. This weakness saved my life." The sixth mistake, chronic stress and psychological pressure. And number 6 is the killer that no one leaves alone. Scientifically, chronic stress keeps your body in a constant fight or flight state. In this state, the body directs blood to the muscles, heart, and lungs, and draws it away from organs deemed non-essential for survival, including the penis. Imagine you're in the middle of a fire. Would you stop to eat lunch? Of course not. Your body does the same thing. When it senses constant danger, it cancels sexual functions because they aren't a survival priority. In addition, elevated cortisol directly suppresses testosterone production. Emotionally, a stressed man enters a vicious cycle. Stress weakens erections, erectile dysfunction increases stress, and more stress weakens erections even further. Practically speaking, identify the main sources of stress in your life and start addressing them. 15 minutes a day of deep breathing, a walk in the fresh air, or even just sitting quietly can significantly reduce cortisol. And if the stress is severe and persistent, don't hesitate to seek professional help. The seventh mistake, riding the bicycle incorrectly for long periods. This is the mistake I promised would surprise you, one that many men make thinking they're doing something healthy. Biologically, the traditional bicycle seat presses directly on the pudendal artery and the nerves that supply the penis. Research has shown that cycling for more than 3 hours a week on a narrow traditional seat significantly increases the risk of erectile dysfunction and numbness in the genital area. Imagine sitting with your full weight on a tightrope for hours. The tissues and nerves beneath would be damaged. Emotionally, many athletic men are surprised to learn that their favorite sport could be the cause of their problem, and some refuse to believe it. Practically speaking, I'm not saying stop cycling. It's an excellent sport. But replace the seat with a wide one with a center opening designed to reduce pressure on the perineum. Pause every 20 minutes for a few seconds to relieve the pressure, and make sure the seat height is properly adjusted. The eighth mistake, excessive alcohol consumption. The number 8 is very important for those who consume alcohol. Medically, alcohol in large quantities depresses the central nervous system, reduces nerve sensitivity, and impairs the transmission of arousal signals from the brain to the penis. In the long term, chronic overindulgence damages the liver, which plays a key role in hormone regulation, leading to decreased testosterone and increased estrogen in men. Imagine your nervous system as an electrical control panel. Excess alcohol causes short circuits, resulting in distorted or non-existent signals. Emotionally, some men turn to alcohol believing it enhances performance because it initially reduces stress, but the opposite is true. Alcohol tricks you into relaxing while actually impairing your ability. Practically speaking, if you drink alcohol, drastically reduce your intake. Abstaining completely will have a positive impact on your erections and your overall health within weeks. The ninth mistake, using erectile dysfunction medications without consulting a doctor. This mistake is dangerous and frighteningly common. Biologically, drugs like sildenafil and tadalafil are effective medications, but they are not candy. They have serious interactions with other medications, especially heart and blood pressure medications like nitrates. Using them without medical supervision can cause a life-threatening drop in blood pressure. Furthermore, purchasing these medications from unreliable sources or online means you may be taking counterfeit products with unknown ingredients. Emotionally, a man who relies on the pill instead of addressing the underlying cause lives in constant anxiety. What if it doesn't work this time? This anxiety itself impairs performance. In practice, never take any erectile dysfunction medication without a prescription from a qualified doctor who knows your medical history and other medications you are taking. More important than the medication itself is identifying and treating the root cause of the problem. The 10th mistake, ignoring the problem and living with it silently. And the last and most dangerous mistake of all. Many men notice a gradual decline in their erections and tell themselves, "That's my age," or "all men are like that," or "hopefully it will get better on its own." Medically, gradual erectile dysfunction is not a normal part of aging. It's a sign that something in the body needs attention. It could be hormonal, it could be vascular, it could be psychological, or it could be a combination of all of these. But it's not normal, and you shouldn't just accept it. Emotionally, ignoring it is more damaging than the erection itself. It destroys a man's self-confidence, pushes him away from his wife, and causes him to withdraw emotionally and physically. And silence turns a simple, solvable problem into a full-blown marital crisis. Practically speaking, if you notice any change in your erections that lasts for more than 2 or 3 weeks, book an appointment with a urologist. Don't wait and don't be ashamed. You're not going because you're weak. You're going because you're a smart man who cares about his health. My patient, Abu Saad, aged 59, ignored the problem for 4 whole years. He used to say, "It's normal, this is my age." When he finally came to me at his wife's insistence, we discovered that he had a severe testosterone deficiency and prediabetes he was unaware of. After appropriate treatment, he said to me with regret, "Doctor, I wish I had come 4 years ago. I wasted so much time." So here's your simple action plan to get you started today. First step, honestly review your daily habits. Do you smoke? Do you sit for long periods? Do you get enough sleep? Do you eat too much sugar? Identify the mistakes that apply to you from the list and start correcting one mistake this week. Step 2. Start with 30 minutes of brisk walking 5 times a week. This alone improves circulation, testosterone levels, mood, and sleep. Step 3. Schedule an appointment with a urologist for a comprehensive examination that includes hormone, blood sugar, cholesterol, and blood pressure tests. Don't wait until the problem worsens. 3 clear steps, no miracle or budget required, just a decision and willpower. Within 4 to 8 weeks of implementing these changes, you will notice a real difference in your energy, erection, and self-confidence. I want to say one last thing to every man watching this video. If you're feeling frustrated, ashamed, or anxious about changes in your erections, listen carefully. You're not less of a man, and you're not alone. Millions of men go through the same thing, and the difference between someone who regains their strength and someone who continues to struggle is just one step: asking for help. Your body hasn't let you down. Your body is sending you messages, and you just need to hear them and respond. Even after 50 or 60, you're capable of being your best self. It's never too late. If you found this video helpful, please like it so it reaches other men who need this information. Let me know in the comments, which of these 10 mistakes surprised you the most? I love reading and replying to your comments. Share this video with a brother, friend, or any man you care about, because you might be the reason he takes a life-changing step. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any new videos I post weekly about men's health. I'm Dr. Marwan, and I'd like to remind you that after 50, strength doesn't end. It just needs to be maintained properly. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Remove these words.